Shalawam, I'm your brother Yahawah from the branch of GMS, South Carolina Millets. And before we start off, all praise, honor, and glory belongs to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, HaQadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well. And Shalawam to you, Hopeful Elect, scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. To you I say Shalawam. Be thou faithful unto death, and the Lord will give you a crown of life. Alright? You know, quoting from the book of Revelation, the 2nd chapter, and the 10th verse, where Yahawashi was letting us know that we were going to have to suffer. Okay, but he told us to fear not. Right? As in the times that we're living in right now, okay, where this devil is setting up to where he's about to fully implement his beast system, you know, about to issue forth that charagma, the RFID micro C-hip. You know, we know that we're going to have to go through the straight gate. Okay? You know, we're going to have to fully trust in Yahawashi to get us through these times. Alright, and we're going to have to endure hardness as a good soldier of Hamashiach. Okay? Because everything here on this side, you know, we truly don't own. You know, whether it's from houses to cars, you know, even your children on this side. You know, we're not sovereign as a people. We're not sovereign as a nation. That's why in 2nd Esdras, the 16th chapter, it tells us that he's going to be casting, you know, us out of our houses. You know, take away our goods. Because this devil, this is Esau, Edom's world. Okay? And he's transferring everything over to a digital system. Alright? And eventually we know in Revelation 13, 16 through 17, he's about to issue forth the mark of the beast. And we're going to have to deny that mark. Okay? And with denying that mark, that makes you an enemy to this devil society. Okay? Pretty much an enemy of the state. Alright? And this devil's going to try to seek to come after us, try to take our lives for not bending the knee. Alright? But the Lord informed us and instructed us to be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Alright? We know in Revelation 20 and verse 4 on down that there's going to be men, alright, that's going to be martyrs for Yahawashi, Yahawashi. Okay? Beheaded. Alright, to be specific. You know, these devils got these guillotines set up to where if you don't conform and take his charagma, his mark of the beast, that RFID micro C-hip, that he's going to, you know, have these camps, these concentration camps, all right, with these guillotines, all right, to take your life. All right, these are the times that the elder apostles, the elder bishops, brothers in Great Millstone, and men in the likewise spirit of Yahawashi, Yahawashi have been warning about, man. Okay, deadly serious times. That's why it's of the utmost importance to understand what you're involved in, man. Okay? You know, it's bigger than just knowing that you're a Hebrew Israelite. You know, just waking up to your heritage. Alright? You gotta understand that the enemy don't like this great awakening, man. Okay? And we don't give a damn what he like. You know? This is the spirit and the power of Yahawashi, Yahawashi, the Lord waking up his elect. Alright, the Lord waking up his people. Alright, and the hopeful elect. You know, we ready to present our lives as a living sacrifice, as we already have been doing. All right, according to Romans, the 12th chapter, first verse on down to the second verse. All right, not being conformed to this world, but being transformed by the renewing of our mind. You know, we put off the ways of this world. We put off all the lies of this devil. And we're bringing out the truth of the matter of the Holy Scriptures. All right, and with that, this devil, the wicked, is being revealed. 2 Thessalonians 2:8. Okay, and these devils are mad. Okay, we're exposing his plans. 2 Corinthians 2:11. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. And these devils are pissed. Okay, but we don't give a damn, man. All right, we present our bodies as a living sacrifice unto Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, and yes, that means even unto the death. Okay, we have forsaken all on this side, man. You know, you read in St. Matthew, the 19th chapter, start at the 27th verse, Peter inquiring, you know, and he forsaken all. Matter of fact, I could read it real quick before I run into this plantation, man. St. Matthew 19:27, it says, Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and have followed thee. What shall we have therefore? And Yahawashi said unto him, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, which shows you that reincarnation is real. All right, your spirit is recycled, put into a new body. Okay, every third or fourth generation. And it says, ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. So letting you know you're going to be joint heirs with Hamashiach, man. Starting with the disciples, later named apostles, man. Okay, you know, specifically the governing body. All right, that's under, you know, the order of the 12. Okay, you know, we're going to be joint heirs with Yahawashi. And it says, and every one that have forsaken houses, all right, meaning you was willing to let all that go, all right, whether it be houses, okay, or brethren, or sister, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, different relationships, okay, because you're serving the Lord, all right, and they have a wicked spirit on them of the world, okay, or lands for my name's sake shall receive 100-fold and shall inherit everlasting life. So you see the reward that you're going to receive, man. Okay, you're going to be ruling with Yahawashi eternally, and you're going to get it all back 100-fold. But many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first. So anybody that seemed like they're so-called winning on this side, even the devil, Esau, Edom, all right, the elect is going to be on top, being joint heirs with Yahawashi in the kingdom, man. Okay, so getting the scripture, Revelation 2:10, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. We're going to have to enter in at the straight gate, which is a degree of difficulty. St. Matthew 7:13. A lot of people about to take the broad way, the way of the world. A lot of people about to conform and take the MOTB. All right, but we are willing to suffer. All right, and we're not fearing this devil Esau Edom. We fear Yahawah. Okay, because we know that we have hope. We have a reward. All right, these people, 2/3, don't have hope, man. All right, they don't have the gift of faith in Yahawah in his word. So the Lord is instructing us, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. This is the rite of passage. Behold, the devil, which is Diablos, which is his devil Esau Edom, the so-called white man. All right, behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. So it's a test. It's a trial, the fiery trial, you know, of your faith. 1 Peter 4:12. Okay, suffering with Hamashiach, man. Okay, it says, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days, which is a complete number of days. Be thou faithful unto death. This is the point. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. And we know that Yahawashi is a man, the same yesterday, today. Okay, was that the book of Hebrews? Let's see here. Book of Hebrews, I want to say the 13th chapter. Yep. Hebrews 13:8. It says, Yahawashi the same yesterday, today, and forever. So the Lord is a man of his word. All right. Just as his father, Yahawah. All right. The Lord, Yahawah. Change not. Malachi 3:6. All right. So we know that anything that's promised unto us, it will be fulfilled, man. Okay. The Lord said he's going to give us a crown of life. Even if you have to be a martyr, yes, you still win. We still win. Okay. 1 Thessalonians 4:16, the dead in Mashiach gonna rise first, and those that are alive and remain gonna be caught up in the air with the Lord. Read 2nd Esdras, the 2nd chapter, the 40th verse on down, the crowning ceremony. This is what we got to look forward to, man, and expect it in, man. Jeremiah 29:11, man. So Lord will is edifying through the spirit and the power of Yahawah Bahasham to you, hopeful elect. With that I say Shalawam. Shalawam to the hopeful elect. Be thou faithful unto death, and the Lord will give thee a crown of life.